Hey y'all, hey. Okay, so as y'all can see, I'm taking down curls. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to brunch because it's my sister friend's birthday. But I just wanted to tell y'all something real quick. As you know, if you're following my page, I am on a fitness journey and it has blessed me. I have been on a fitness journey many times. Uh, all the other times were not successful. And here's why. Because I did not address me from a holistic standpoint, right? So I only wanted to address the physical, right? So, of course, the stomach, the arms, the butt, the body, you know what I'm saying? I only wanted to address the body, but not one time before did I have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding to also address myself socially, to address myself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And one thing I will tell you to do, man or woman, if you are on a recovery journey, if you are on a healing journey, you also need to be addressing yourself in those other ways, your components of being as well. Because who we are physically is just a manifestation of what we've been through emotionally, what we've been through psychologically. Maybe it's trauma based, just different lived experiences. And sometimes those experiences can take a toll on us. In the first place, we see the toll is the body, right? Because we're physical beings. However, if you were healthy and now you're not, it's some things in between that happens that need to be addressed. And I guess I'm more so speaking specifically to people, who have gained weight because of the weight of life. Because we all know life be lifing. And, we will find so many ways to try to cope. Food, one thing that's so accessible, we tend to use that in order to cope with life being hard. But if you are on a journey to reverse some of the harm you've done physically to yourself, you're starting to be introspective, you're starting to look within, I would definitely say adding exercise to your routine to begin your healing process is a must. But you also need to be going to therapy. And I would also say getting in tune and getting aligned with yourself spiritually. Y'all know when y'all come to this page, we are believers of the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, do I want you to believe in the same thing? Absolutely. Is it required? No, because that's between you and God, whoever God is to you. But I am encouraging you to start to open up that side of you, because God is still a healer. He's a healer, and he wants to heal us from the inside out. But he really wants to start internally. And so what begins to happen is when you start addressing those internal things, the childhood trauma, the pain, the paranoia, the anxiety, the depression, maybe you're having nightmares, you're having any type of psychological symptom, those things need to be addressed with a professional, okay? And I'm just saying that because recovery is a holistic process. And when we are off socially, when we're off physically, when we're off spiritually, when we're off mentally and emotionally, financially, all it takes is one area to be off and it throws us off completely. So having those those routines in place that help to keep us managed and makes life manageable. All of that is key. And if you don't have those skills, it is important to address those skills by seeking a professional. Okay, whether you decide to take the spiritual route and you want a spiritual counselor, the good thing about it is with whatever it is that you practice, they have an understanding of what it is that you believe, and they can also put a treatment plan in place to help you hit those other goals that you need to hit in order to heal. Okay, same thing if you're a Christian. You want a Christian counselor who understands the Bible, but who can also help you create those routines that help you to heal and to recover from, whether it's a bad breakup, again, childhood trauma. I say that because we've all been through something. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe it's a death of a parent. Whatever the problem is, whatever the hurtful experience was, sometimes you do need the help and the support to get through. So I'm just getting on here to say your physical self is just a manifestation of what's going on in here and here. They are all interconnected. So if you're off physically, I challenge you to sit with yourself and really reflect and say, dang, how did I get here? And what other areas of my life are suffering as well? Because I can see it in how I look. I can see it in how my body feels. I can feel it with how my body feels. But 10 times out of 10, if there's something going on with the body, there's also something going on with your spirit. There's something going on with your soul. Mind, body, soul, spirit. It all is intertwined. It all connects. And if I'm not happy socially, I'm probably not happy spiritually. I'm probably not happy mentally or emotionally either. So this is not something that you just look at from one perspective. You have to look at yourself as an overall human being. You have to assess your overall well-being by looking at those components of what makes you a person. And then you have to begin to put an action plan in place to start address these things so that you can feel better. Not just look better, but feel better on the inside out. And I know that, especially with culture now, when it comes to fitness, that's all everybody is focused on. They just focus on their body. They're focused on, trying to hit macros and trying to, be influencers. Is that cool? Absolutely. But if you're going to be out here looking good, you better make sure you feel just as good as you look, okay? Because what's going to happen is you're only going to be able to maintain how you look for so long until you address the cycle of what is causing that physical manifestation. It all works together, all of it. So I just wanted to come on here and say that. Don't just be out here addressing your body. Look at yourself spiritually. Look at yourself emotionally. Look at your self-esteem. Look at your self-worth. Look at all of those things. Because again, they all work together. So I hope this conversation helps. I hope this blesses somebody. And y'all have a beautiful Sunday, okay? All right, remember, I love you. Okay, bye. Oh.